Hi, this is Ritu Sharma, founder of Micromoon Skin Studio. When Brittany first came to us, she had really bad cystic inflammatory acne and she was losing confidence. Like many of our clients, before coming to Micromoon, she had tried laser services, chemical peels, lifestyle changes, and nothing seemed to be working for her. What she needed wasn't a quick fix. She needed consistency, a plan, somebody who can truly understand her skin. This is a story, a beautiful transformation that came from trust, patience, and personalized care. So let's hear it from Brittany herself. Hi! Hi, Brittany.
Hello.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Okay, so I'll ask you a couple of questions and just you can answer whatever you feel like you're comfortable with, and you can be honest. You don't have to, pretend anything. Just be honest with your answers, okay?
I'm being paid to be here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, what brought you to Micromoon Skin Studio?
Honestly, I had a couple of not so good experiences. I've struggled with my skin forever. So I had been to multiple, I guess what you would say is popular high end skin places that just were not really trying to get to the root cause of my issue. And a lot of things that I tried before just never worked. And I was looking for something that was a little more natural and a little more in depth for what I was looking for and what I needed for my skin at that time.
How did you exactly find us and decided that, okay, this is the place I want to go to?
Okay, so I started looking into more natural skincare, meaning maybe not so much as harsh chemicals or harsh medical grade skincare. I feel like I kind of got looped into all of the, super fancy, super crazy things to do to my skin. And it was actually causing more harm than
Mhm.
good because I had a very broken skin barrier.
Mhm.
And I Googled natural skin treatments, and the Xena algae peel came up, and I watched a million videos on TikTok of
Yeah,
it.
I remember.
And I said, this is looks like it's a combination of a chemical peel and microneedling. I absolutely want to try this. And then I Googled who does that near me. And I found Micromoon.
Perfect. We're so lucky to have you. So, what was your skin like when we first started working together?
I will put it this way. I am on camera right now. If I was asked to do this video when I first started, I probably would have said no. I'm wearing no makeup, and that is not something I ever have done before in my life. My skin was very red, very inflamed. I had a lot of cystic acne. I have polycystic ovary syndrome. I have a lot of insulin issues. I have a lot of um, I just had a lot of things going on inside my body that were reflecting outside my body, and it was very much showing. It was not good and very very bad for your self-worth. Like, I obviously was very unhappy with my skin. So
So, I see that you mentioned you had cystic acne and redness. When we first met during your consultation and we were going over your history, what made you believe that this is the place you wanted to continue? Because I remember you paid everything in advance and you got a package of like multiple treatments. You came bi-weekly, how I asked you to come, and then you bought skincare and stuff, like the whole routine basically. What made you believe that I can believe in this place and I can listen to Ritu?
you are the only person that has ever asked me anything about my internal health or anything that's ever gone on with my body. I told you that I was postpartum. I told you what medications I was taking, what supplements I was taking, that I see a naturopath. And we just had a very easy rapport back and forth. It just kind of was very
Yeah.
natural, and you just kind of like got me. Like, you just understood that like I've really done all this work internally, and it is not being fixed or represented externally the way that I wanted it to. But you are the only person that's ever asked me anything, and you're the only person that really understood that like everything that's happening on the inside of you is a reflection of what is outside.
Exactly. Um, Can we go over the treatments and the services you have tried before coming to Micromoon, just so we have an idea like what worked for you in the past and what didn't, especially with your condition?
Yeah, absolutely. So I had done quite a few. So I started with dermaplaning, but I had acne at the time, so that didn't work out very well.
Did you
But
still have those cystic red acne
yes,
inflammation?
I did. Yeah. I did it to kind of, I mean, she suggested it to get rid of the dead skin so that the product would go in. And because I didn't know much about skin, it was kind of the beginning of my skin journey. I basically just listened. And then we also did a bunch of laser genesis. That was another treatment I did, and some photo facials. I hadn't done any chemical peels, nothing like that, but I was on a very, um, I would call it and label it an aggressive, again, medical grade skincare. I was taking Zeo Skin, um, and with the acne pads and the retinol and all of the very aggressive and actives that I was using on my face, I feel that it caused more harm than good. It's something that I felt like was maybe like a short term fix. Like maybe it looks a little bit better at first. And I'm not saying that the laser didn't work for what it should do, or that the photo facials didn't work for what it should do. But realistically, neither of those things were actually treatments that I really needed to actually help my skin and get it to the place that it is now.
How did your first consultation go at Micromoon? Or how did you feel talking to Ritu or me?
I met you and instantly felt like I just kind of made a friend, honestly. I felt like you really understood where I was coming from. I was very not embarrassed, but very, you could kind of tell when I came in that I was a little bit timid. I was obviously sad. I was very just, yeah, a little bit embarrassed. Like when people deal with acne, especially as adults, mine got even worse during postpartum. And I feel like women who become moms are already going through so many changes, and then something like that, it really lowers your self-esteem and your self-worth. And when I came into Micromoon, I just felt like there was no judgment. I felt very safe, and I felt very calm being in here. I know that my skin was in a place where I didn't even really know if anybody was going to be able to help me at that point. Like I had felt very defeated. And this was kind of like my saving grace. Like I told myself I was going to invest in my skin journey for the year and see where it took me. And this was kind of like, this is the last time I'm going to try. And if not, like maybe this is just who I am. And I'm never going to be someone that can leave the house feeling beautiful, or I'll just always be wearing makeup. And even then, I didn't really feel beautiful because of the way you still see it and the texture, and just it's just so different for people with acne than people without it. Um, but yeah, I felt very comfortable, happy, and I left feeling very hopeful, and immediately entered her name in my phone as Skin Angel with the angel emoji.
Oh, thank
And you're still
you.
listed as that in my phone.
You're
And I
so
actually
sweet.
call you that to like my family or anybody. I'm like, my Skin Angel says, and like that's what I say now.
You're so sweet. So, what treatments and skincare did you try during this program?
I believe I came, like I said, I wanted to really invest in this. And I think the most important thing about it is that it's not just the skincare, although that you need to be consistent with, but the treatments. I was coming in every 2 weeks consistently, and we were doing a combination. One was the
DMK Enzyme
DMK.
Therapy,
Yes. Yeah.
and the other one was the DF Vitamin Infusion Facial, both for
Yes.
barrier repair and for acne.
They were so hydrating to my skin. Nothing had ever felt like that before. They're both very different treatments, too. Um, but all around very good for what my skin needed at that time. It was basically all about repairing and just trying to let my skin calm down because of the disarray that it was in. It was needing some love and needing some help, especially with the products that I was also using, they were just strictly for very highly sensitive skin. And we just very much, or Ritu obviously, just very much customized it and made it perfect for me during my journey.
Perfect. So, when did you start noticing the results? I know it's not results basically, but when you started noticing the difference, like, can you remember how many sessions were we in when you noticed, like, okay, it's working?
I want to say when I first started we just started doing the skincare. I started noticing the feeling of my skin pretty much right away because I was actually hydrating my skin. You think if you have acne, you just want to dry everything out and just kind of, get rid of all of the acne. And I feel like instantly my face started to feel better. But I'd say after 3 or 4 treatments, so I would say by month, if it was every 2 weeks, I'd say 2 months in, I could really start telling the difference. But I did take a weekly photo that I was also sending every week to show her. And the before and after of my journey, I'd say by month 3, the redness had very much gone away and the active acne was very much settling down. I started noticing, I'd say by month 6, that it really started to become about working on the scarring. And it was kind of like I was able to incorporate more products. I was able to kind of start customizing it a bit more. But I love looking through the photos. I think
Yes,
like
me too.
everybody has to start somewhere, and to see really what it looks like, I'm sure that'll roll in here. You'll see that
Yeah.
at some point, jump
Yeah.
scare. But
So during the whole process, what was that one surprising part where you felt like, okay, this is good?
if I'm being honest, it was probably just when I realized I was able to wake up and drive my daughter to school without putting anything on my face. Just having the confidence to go grocery shopping. It started off very small because I am somebody that was very used to constantly wanting to cover up any flaws that I had. Um, it's been something that I've very much struggled with my whole life. It's been very debilitating for me. So as soon as I realized, oh my God, I'm getting up and I'm leaving the house and I have no makeup on, I did a Xena algae peel. Finally, I was able to get one of those done when my skin was ready for it, and I was not allowed to put anything on my face for like almost a week. I was able to put on sunscreen if I went outside. And I remember putting on sunscreen going outside, and I had multiple people comment how amazing my skin looked. And I just kind of went, like, that was kind of like my aha moment where people started noticing my skin. When it's you and you're kind of going through it, you're like, oh, maybe it's still, because like even right now, me being on camera, I'll probably watch this video and pick it apart and be like, oh, I still got all the scarring and the texture and this and that. But it really is a day-to-day journey. It's consistency, it's maintenance. You have to start somewhere. And I definitely had the aha moment when people started noticing for me and telling me, because that felt good.
So after working with us for like almost 5 months, I think,
Mhm.
right? How do you feel about your skin now, and would you recommend Micromoon to any of your friends or family?
100,000%. If there's anything higher than that, I'd give it even more of a rating than that. Um, I feel so good about being here at Micromoon. I think anybody that is struggling with their skin or any sort of internal health issues or anything like that, and they're wondering what's wrong with my skin, I just think Ritu gives such a good perspective of what it is that your skin really needs. Um, it is not for, you know, I understand the people that go in and they get one facial and they want everything to be fixed. Um, but it really is, just like losing weight, just like, anything else in this world, everything is all about consistency. So if you just put yourself first and you really give yourself the time, I would absolutely recommend go see her. And yeah, I've never felt better. So I will continue to do this forever. This is just like, this is my life now. So I'll do anything she tells me to do with my skin.
Thank you so much, and this was our end of this Q&A.
Yeah.
And thank you for giving us your this precious time,
You're
and
very welcome.
let's get back to our treatment room.
Yes, microneedling.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, if you are somebody who's struggling with acne and feel like nothing seems to be working, please know that you're not alone and healing is possible.